So my dream, this was a long time ago, probably 2012 is my guess, 2011, something like that. So the dream was that I was being chased by a bear. And the bear was not a normal bear. It was a very weird looking creature. In fact, its front legs or arms, I don't know what you would call that on a bear. It had like really large elbows, almost like they were supposed to be wings or something like that, but not quite. Um, and what was unique about it was that it was very fast and it was very smart, like intelligence smart, not just. And it was always able to catch me and find me because I tried, outrunning it. I tried hiding from it. I tried getting into a car and driving away from it. I tried shooting it. Like I basically went through the gamut of getting away from this thing and nothing worked. Like it always found me. It always caught up to me. Um, and at some point, I think I think I drove away and then I like dumped the car very cleverly and I hid and uh, just when I thought like I got away from it because it like continued to chase the car or whatever, it was right there. It was like on top of me. And so, and I woke up like in kind of a cold sweat and it was already fairly early in the morning. It was probably, like 6 a.m. or something. It was my normal wake up time. I could have gotten up. And what was interesting was that when I woke up, like I felt awful. I just this feeling of like frustration and disappointment and just being tired and exhausted. And so, but I woke up with this thought that this bear wasn't really a bear, that it was some part of myself, like a characteristic or a trait of myself that I really didn't like, or maybe that I was afraid of, and that um, there was no way to beat it or to kill it unless I confronted it, consciously confronted it head on. And so I decided that I was going to try to go back to sleep and and face it instead of running from it, instead of hiding from it. And I did, right? So like I closed my eyes and uh, the second portion, I guess, of the dream when I went back to sleep was very, very short. But essentially, I was on the deck of an airplane carrier, um, which is weird. I've never served in the Navy. I've never, it's not like I spent time on the deck of a carrier, but I was on the deck of an airplane carrier, and the point was, I think subconsciously was that, I was surrounded by water, obviously everywhere. There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to run really. And I was in this kind of like wide open space, and I had no choice but to confront this thing. And it kind of reared up, stood up on its hind legs, and as if you've ever seen movies with bears, like it was much, much taller than I am. And but I just like I knew I had to beat it. Like I knew I had to, kill it, and that was it. Like that was my only option. And so in that moment, I like a mace appeared in my hand, like one of those old style, medieval maces that's just like a stick with a ball and spikes on it. And I just, swung at the bear and like knocked its head off completely, which I don't think is possible to do for a human being, but that's what happened. Uh, and it's odd because throughout my life I've had a lot of dreams where like I didn't have the strength to do the damage necessary to my opponent. Whereas in this case, like I just like took its head clean off with one swipe, with one swing. And moments later I woke up, right? But this time I was like I felt refreshed. I felt like I had um the thought that kind of went through my head was that I somehow overcame this part of myself uh that I was bothered by. And I don't know, I never figured out specifically what it was, or
Hmm.
what the characteristic was, but I mean, you have to realize it was minutes apart, like from the time I originally woke up to the time that I woke up the second time, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes at most. But the difference was I felt refreshed. I felt like I was going to have a great day. I felt better about myself. It was amazing the difference that 10 to 20 minutes made, um, was just staggering in how I felt and how my day kind of began. And then I don't actually remember what happened throughout the day or whether it was really good or bad, but I do remember that the dream was kind of very impactful and it was something that stayed with me, clearly to this point. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was it.